Hey friends, I hope you're doing okay. So, because of the coronavirus, many churches have decided not to have church services. It's understandable. Many churches have decided to live stream their services. However, some churches don't have that system in place. And a pastor asked me, "Hey, FIFA, what does it take for us to live stream our service? Is it an expensive and difficult process?" And although it can be expensive and can be very difficult, it doesn't have to be. There are simple system that is fairly affordable that most churches can afford that can be used to live stream service. And what I told this pastor, hey, you know what? This could actually kickstart your online presence. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video of tools that can be used to live stream a service. So first of all, what you need is a camera. There are plenty of cameras out there that can be used, but there are only two things that need to be taken in consideration when it comes to a camera. So this is a single camera live stream, okay? But there are only two things that need to be taken in consideration for live stream. First of all, the camera has an HDMI port. Like the camera that I have here has a full-size HDMI port, meaning it can connect to a full-size HDMI cord, the kind of cord that is used on TVs and projectors. Some cameras can send an HDMI output with mini HDMI cords or micro HDMI cords. Doesn't really matter. If you can go with a full HDMI cord, it will be better because mini HDMI and micro HDMI tend to break very easily, but if you take care of them, they can last forever. So your camera needs to have an HDMI port. Many DSLRs have HDMI ports. Many mirrorless cameras like this one have HDMI ports. Some camcorders have HDMI ports. So that's the number one thing that you need. The second thing that you need to take in consideration is that the camera can send a clean signal. What is a clean signal? Basically, a clean signal is when you have a camera and look at the screen, you have many information around the video. You know, you have the frame rate, the color. Somebody's calling me. A video feed out of the HDMI port of the camera that does not include all the information like color balance, all the options and focus points and all of that. So basically your camera should be able to plug an HDMI, send a signal, and the signal does not contain any of those information. Many cameras can do that. DSLRs can do that, mirrorless can do that, camcorders can do that. Some don't, so you have to take that in consideration when you're looking for cameras or borrowing cameras or buying cameras, whatever you decide to do. And most of us actually already have DSLRs in our houses. So maybe that's an option. So for example, a GH5 like this one can send a clean signal. This could be a little bit more expensive, a little bit more pricey for some people and for some churches. Another camera that I really strongly recommend is the GH4, the camera that came out before this one. It's not as good as this one, but it's an amazing camera. I've been using that camera for years, and it can record amazing videos in 4K actually. And it has an HDMI port, and it can send a clean signal. A GH4 will cost you here on Amazon $898 for an amazing cameras. If you choose between a camcorder, okay, what I mean by camcorder is these kind of camcorders. If you choose between a camcorder and a mirrorless and a DSLR, I would advise you go with a mirrorless and DSLR because the images that you're looking at are more beautiful. This video is, for example, shot with a mirrorless camera, and you can use them to record other things, devotional. You can also even use them to take photos, so they are more versatile compared to camcorders. But camcorders sometimes can be cheaper, although the image is not as beautiful as a mirrorless and a DSLR. Okay, so a camera that sends clean signal and has an HDMI port. I recommend a full size HDMI port because it will have less chance to break, but any HDMI output will do the job. So the second thing that you need is a capture device like this one. This one that I have, let me go online and show you the one I have, is a Camlink 4K. It costs $177. And you know the good thing about this one is that it's still available. Unlike some things in grocery stores right now. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them also in electronic stores like Canada Computer or Best Buy or whatever you want. These are very popular. So why do you need a capture device? Well, laptops, for example, have HDMI ports, but they are for output, to send signal and not to receive signals. Most computers, if not all computers, don't really have the ability to receive a video signal unless you have a capture device of some sort. So basically, when you send the signal from a camera like this with an HDMI cord and going to send it to your computer, you need a capture device. And what a capture device like this Elgato Camlink, and the reason I'm featuring this is because it's one of the cheapest and most reliable that I have seen, is that you plug your HDMI cord to that, and then it has a USB 3 port. And basically what it does is you plug that USB 3, make sure to use the USB 3 of your laptop instead of the traditional USB because, you know, to deal with all of those images, you want a USB port that is fast enough. You plug that HDMI capture device to your laptop for you to be able to live stream for your laptop. So that's the reason why you need a capture device. So a capture device like this is around $150 to $200. You cannot really do anything unless you have a capture device like this, unless you're going to use a webcam, which is probably not the best idea. So camera and capture device. In terms of hardware, that's literally all you need. You probably don't have a tripod, so you probably want to buy a tripod so that the camera can be on a tripod while it's recording, and a capture device, and an HDMI cord because, well, you need that to send the signal. One problem is if you use a mirrorless camera or a DSLR, the battery is gonna die, maybe even before you finish your sermon. So there is one tool online that is very good, and it's a dummy battery. There are dummy batteries for almost all cameras. A dummy battery basically is a fake battery, an empty battery that you can put in your where the battery goes, but there is a little cord that gets out of that you can plug to the wall, so your camera is never going to die. You see, if you have seen a DSLR before or a mirrorless, there is this little flap here. And maybe you have been wondering, what does that do? Basically what that does is, if you use a dummy battery, you plug in the battery and the cord gets out of that. And here on Amazon, I see, for example, a dummy battery for this particular camera. It costs $32. And it will prevent you from having your battery dead, or if you forgot to charge your battery, the camera will be on and be able to record or send a video stream forever. In terms of sound, so most churches already have a sound system. You know, you have the microphones and all of that. All you need basically is send that sound signal from your mixing board. Any mixing board can output a sound, a main sound, and you send it to the microphone input of the camera. And that's how you capture the sound from the system that you have. So you can use the same microphone you have, the same keyboard you have, and everything that you have. All you need to do is just send that sound to the camera. The camera has 1/8 of an inch microphone port. So when you send a sound feed to camera, the camera is actually going to send that sound to your computer, to your capture device, using the same HDMI cord. So the HDMI port sends not only video but also audio. So you actually, all the audio and video feed that you need is actually sent by this HDMI port. Now let me show you how can that be used. So I have my camera here at GH5, and I'm plugging my HDMI port, my HDMI cord. I have my Camlink capture device. I plug that in as well, and I am going to plug it to my USB port. And there are a few softwares that you can use to capture that video feed. One software that is very popular, that generally used by gamers, is a software called OBS. OBS. OBS is a free software that is able to receive a video feed and send that signal for a live stream on Facebook or on YouTube or any other platform that you want. You can download that for free, and it's a very, very easy software to use. I'm not going to go in detail with how to use OBS. You can go online, learn how to use OBS, but it's very easy. Anybody who knows how to handle a computer should be able to handle OBS. And now that I have opened OBS and I have my recorder, my camera here, and my capture device connected, now I have that feed on OBS. So right there, you can see the camera that I'm using to record this video in this beautiful art studio. So right now you can see the camera that I'm using to record this video in this art studio. And basically, you see right now, that could be you preaching to the camera and live streaming it out there to the public to watch. So that's a very simple system. As you can see, it's a very beautiful image. I can see all the details of my skin, which I don't necessarily want to see, but that is a very simple setup that you and your church can use. And now that you have that in OBS, all you need to do basically is go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube. If you choose to use YouTube, you choose to use Facebook, there are many tutorials on how to go online, but I'm just quickly going to show this to you. You can go under Studio. You can go live. And I am just realizing that my YouTube is in French, but hopefully you'll be able to follow. And create a feed. No, this is not for children. I have to create a name. So this is live stream test. Okay, create a feed. And YouTube would send this, would give you this link that you can copy. And once that is copied, you can go under setting in OBS, and under stream, you can paste that link because that's your private link for the video feed to go online. I press OK and apply, and now I can go back here, OK, and hopefully my video should appear here. Sometimes it takes a little while for YouTube to get all of that working, and my internet in this place is very slow, but once that is up there, we can wait a little bit. Yeah, my internet is very slow. There we go. It's coming. There we go. So this feed that I have here on my camera here is now sent to YouTube. Remember, YouTube is the live stream is a little bit slower than the reality, but I just need to go live, and I would be able to live stream anything right now. That was a good quality live stream, but a budget one. If you have more budget, you can have multiple cameras, you can have video switchers, you can have the you can have many other things that can be added to that. But if you want to start on a budget, that is an option you can go with, and the image quality is amazing, and it's a very reliable system. Simple but reliable and affordable. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and stay safe. Bye.